Jamal Miles, Leighton Watson.
Yes, here we go.
The Mindset Effect.
The Mindset Effect, live and direct.
Live and direct, my friends. So how you feel? How are you feeling on this beautiful Sunday morning?
Yo, I am feeling blessed.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad we're back.
Yes, sir.
For another episode, man. We're thinking about it all week.
Me too.
So, yeah, looking forward for us to get into it, man.
Absolutely, and this is the thing. The whole point of this podcast is to make sure that we inspire our listeners to think a different way, to be positive,
Yep.
to reach for their goals,
Yep.
take one foot after another towards your goal, and also think like a winner, man.
All day.
All day, every day.
Inspiration, man. I think one of the things when I look back on my own journey is I was always looking for people to show the way, right? To give me that inspiration, to give me that encouragement, to give me those nuggets, right? Those little things that you need on your day-to-day to just help you put one more foot in front of the other. So, you know, all of the things that we talk about in this podcast is to help you do that.
Absolutely.
Help inspire you, make better decisions, just become better leaders in general, and to grow.
And also to grow towards who you want to be and then work your way backwards. So the way I look at it too, Leighton, is I actually have a vision of myself in my mind of who I want to be and work backwards. What would that person say to me about this particular scenario? How would they dress? How would they act? How would they walk? How would they talk? How would they pray? How would they eat? And I work my way backwards, and then I work towards that actual person. Because in order for you to get ahead, you have to have a roadmap.
Yes.
You have to have a destination.
Yes.
And you also have to work back and plan accordingly. So if you're going to say Mississauga and you're in the east end, you're not going to go east. You're going to go west, right? And also, so you want to map out the fastest, most efficient, and effective way to get there safely.
Right.
Right? So sometimes you may want to look at a bus route, or you may want to look at an Uber route, or you may want to look at driving on the main road, or driving on the highway, or driving on the toll highway. And depending on how you plan it out, you'll be able to get there and get to your destination safely. It's just a matter of timing, right? Last week we talked about Chronos and Kairos time.
There we go.
So you want to look at it, which one can get you there on time, and which one will get you there the fastest time.
No doubt, man. And you know, one of the things that you said there I think is really important is working backwards.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like looking at what vision do you have for yourself in 5 years from now? Right? Where do you want to see yourself in terms of income, in terms of your family, in terms of your relationships, right? In terms of our goals, right? If we can have a vision of our future, then we can put the processes and plan in place to be able to accomplish those things.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
You know, I used to think about the ways in which I would want to dress. Right?
Okay,
break it down. Break it down, right? Like when you go out, I was like, okay, when I go out, if I dress a certain way, I feel a certain way, right? And I give you this example. So, you know, one time, you know, going to work, doing the thing, doing the daily, and I decided one day, you know, I'm going to wear a jacket, right? Because, you know, I want to be that guy that commands a room, right? Gets a little respect when I walk in the spot, you feel me?
Smart.
So I decided I'm gonna wear a jacket to work, okay? And real talk, when I walked in the room, I felt different. Like I felt like I could say and contribute things to the conversation that I didn't feel before. Like I was like, it gave me that sense of authority. Now, I don't know what it is for you, I don't know what it is for anybody else, but I had a vision of myself that I was a person with respect and authority. And what did they look like? You know, they looked professional. They looked in a jacket. So I wore that jacket and tutus. I became that guy. And so in order to continue to be that guy, I continue to wear that jacket, man.
Wow.
And I'm not giving any plugs right now for any companies. Okay? But there's a nice one, TikTok. You know, I got it off the rack. And it made a huge difference for me, man. So having a vision, working backwards, and then trying to just be that person on a day-to-day was critical for me.
But here's the thing, bro. And from my perspective, I completely agree with you. I was first starting out as a young apprentice in the trade. I would come on the job site, jogging pants, like the wrong type of, I guess, construction boots. Had the Fisher Price tools. Guys were making fun of me. My first tool kit. Yeah, pass me that screwdriver. I'm passing the hammer. Measuring tape falling down, broke it.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea what I was doing. I was a fish out of water, and I realized if you want to actually be the actual person that you want to be, you have to dress accordingly. Number one,
Yep.
because your actual presence is judged.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
Before you even say anything.
No
You gotta
doubt.
have the right tools. So if you're in the office, you gotta have the pens, the calculators, the laptop, the chargers, all that stuff. For me, I had the right tools for the construction. I made sure, and as I started to make, a little bit more money and save up my money, I started to get better and better tools.
Yeah.
And then that actually spoke for itself. So when it came on the job site, guys are like, "Oh, he has a serious tool."
They have the big boy tools
I
right
got
now.
the big boy tools. It was no longer my first tool set.
Right.
I was on the official tool set. So it's just like I said, if you dress a certain way, you'll feel a certain way, you'll act a certain way, and then you'll get the results based on those things, my friend.
That's the one, man.
Mhm.
You set the vision, you start the process,
Yes, sir.
and you become that guy.
Yeah.
And one of the things I wanted to touch on here,
Mhm.
we can talk about is honesty,
Break it down.
right? Like honesty and communication, because in day to day, it's so easy to, it's not that somebody outright lies, but doesn't tell the whole truth.
Ooh, okay, so break that down.
You know what I
please.
mean?
Yeah,
Like sometimes,
yeah, sorry,
so
yeah,
I'll
sorry.
give you an example.
Yes,
I'll give you
sir.
an example, and some of the gents who have partners will know this story.
Yes.
So you're going out, right?
Yes.
You're going on date night,
Date
and
night.
your partner comes to you and says, "Honey, do you like this outfit?" You know the story. You know the story. I know the story when they turn and they do the kind of tiptoe thing, right? Look in the mirror, "Honey, does this outfit look good?" And what do you say? "Oh, it looks amazing, honey." And really, what you want to say is, "Nah, fam, that's not the one,"
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So, but
Yes.
in order to make sure that everything goes smoothly,
That you have a date night.
and then you have a date night, you compromise on the response. Okay? Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys.
Please.
100, okay?
As we always do.
So, my partner, my spouse, my wife, we have an agreement. I will tell her directly exactly how I feel about what she's wearing.
Yes.
And the beauty about that is that when I do say something looks good, she believes me.
Got it.
You feel me?
Yes.
Like, so if I say, "Nah, that's not the one, I don't like that one," she may decide she's still gonna wear it,
Yes.
but she knows how I feel.
Yeah, because she asked you. And if she asks you, you give her an honest answer. That's the agreement you guys have.
100%.
Okay,
So then when she puts on something like, boom, that's the one, she knows that's what I mean.
yes, sir.
Now, once again, that's in one aspect of our lives, right? Other aspects of your life is maybe more difficult to say the whole truth, right?
Yeah.
But building an honest communication, that shows your credibility.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And when it comes to kind of putting a vision for yourself, you want to be a person
Yes.
that when you speak, people know that's exactly where you stand.
Yeah. And the thing about that, my friend, wow. Okay, get your pens in because Layton just hit it right on the head. Kevin Samuels, who I follow on YouTube, he has a channel. It's particularly a channel for men who are single men or married men, just basically wanting to be the best men you can be.
Right.
He had said there's an acronym. It's called DIME.
Fine.
D is discipline. I, integrity.
Mhm.
M is morals.
Mhm.
And E is ethics.
Okay.
So DIME. So when you're at the top of your game, my friend, the tip top of your game, you operate off of DIME. Discipline, integrity, morals, and ethics. And because of that particular situation that Nathan had just said, where his wife was getting dressed and she goes, "How do I look?" If you're operating off the DIME principles,
Mhm.
first thing is your discipline. You're disciplined to stick to the truth.
That's it.
You are a person of truth. That truth is your religion. People ask you, you give it to them straight. You don't have to be mean, but you have to be firm on the
Yeah.
truth. Someone who's integrity, they're truthful whether the people are looking or they're not looking.
Right.
They're walking that path. They're doing the things that's always the right way,
No
right? Even if it's the wrong time, they're still going to operate in the right way, right?
Right.
Their morals are: I'm a man of truth. I'm a man of integrity. So this is how I am. So when people come through, they see Leighton, they know, okay, Leighton is reliable, dependable, because he's operating off of a higher standard of morals.
Right.
And the last thing is ethics. Now, ethics, being ethical, he's in finance, I'm in construction, you have to be an ethical person.
100%.
Even in sales, sales is a very unethical industry.
Right.
What makes you a legend in sales is if you operate off of morals and ethics, because your
100%.
name travels far, right? So these are the things. It's called Dime. Take it in, think about it. We'll go over it at the end of the pod.
Bam, 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 fire.
Yes, but that adds to what Leighton was saying. Go ahead, my friend.
Yo, I love that, man. Dime. The dime principle.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I got that one written down for myself now, so I'm going to rock with that. But you also brought up a point there about sales,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Like if anybody's in sales, or I mean, look, we're all in sales at every point in our life. We're always selling somebody something, right?
But Leighton, I don't like sales. I'm not a salesperson.
I don't like sales.
Yeah.
Until you gotta sell somebody on yourself in a job interview,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You gotta sell somebody on a business proposal,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
You have to sell your partner, your spouse on the car that you want to buy,
Yes, sir.
right? Sales is not a bad way. It's all about influence communication.
Yes,
We're
sir.
having effective communication, and you know when we talk about communication, we talk about honesty. One of the challenges that some people have is that they feel they have to keep talking.
Break that down.
Yo, diarrhea of the mouth, bubble guts of the throat, right? Words are just bubbling up there, and they just feel it has to come out, fam. You know what I mean?
Bubble guts in the throat.
Bubble guts in the throat. It's just words coming out and out and out. And there's a scripture here that I think is important. It says, where words are many, sin is not absent, but he who holds his tongue is wise.
Please repeat that again.
Ooh. Where words are many, sin is not absent, but he who holds his tongue is wise.
Yes, sir.
Right? So, you know, when you're in a situation where you talk about sales and a person is just talking and talking and talking and talking, inevitably at some point they're gonna say something that isn't exactly true.
Ooh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They're just talking and they're trying to impress you, they're trying to sell you, they're trying to push.
Yes.
But the person who can hold their tongue and really take the time to process what they're saying
Yes.
can now speak in truth. They don't have to, make stuff up, right? They don't have to have the diarrhea of the mouth.
Yes.
They can stop and pause. And I think it's a critical skill in terms of honesty is to know how to stop talking for a second. Don't say anymore.
And when you say you stop talking and don't say anymore, do you mean stop and listen? Do you mean stop and wait for a response?
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Both of those things.
Okay.
Right? So I think what's also important to remember is when you're having a conversation with somebody,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
In order for that communication to be effective, you need to understand them and they need to understand you. Right? There needs to be an understanding. So
Yeah.
you need to take time to pause. So when you're in a selling situation, so to speak, and you're just rattling off all of your features and benefits, right? We are the best at this and the best at that,
Yeah.
the best at this,
Yes.
right? Can you prove it? Can you show? Right? You just end up talking and talking and talking and talking, and the person there's no effective communication back and forth. They're not coming back to you and challenging you. At some point, you're going to get into some gray territory
Yes.
that you haven't prepared for. You haven't really provided any concrete evidence for.
Yes, sir.
Right? So when we're taking it back to the whole honest communication part is by slowing down for a second and really thinking about what you're saying. When you get to that point where you're having verbal diarrhea, stop. I'm going too far.
Just straight stop talking.
Just stop.
The person's face will actually tell you that they're not even listening. They're sleeping with their eyes open. They checked out. They're thinking, how are we gonna get out of here? Because this guy, I gotta figure out a way. My mom's calling. My house is on fire. I left the stove on. My dog's sick. I gotta pick my kids from school. Any excuse they can give you to get away from you.
Yeah.
Because people like to buy, they don't like to be sold.
100%, bro. Remember that.
Like to buy, they don't like being sold.
Put that one down on paper.
Yes, sir.
People like to buy, they don't like to be sold.
And just to add to what Leighton had said, there's nothing wrong with selling. Selling is actually the world's #1 leading profession. You think about it. Kids are the best salespeople because I've seen them. I've been in the store. We're going grocery shopping.
Talk the talk.
I end up coming back with 3 Power Ranger toys, 2 Gujitsus, balloons, candy, and Nadia's like, "Where's the milk?" And I'm like, "Oh, man."
Dry cereal that next morning, boy. But don't worry, you got the Red Ranger sitting down there on the dining room table.
You know, my son's happy. He's eating his dry cereal, playing with the Red Ranger. The Red Ranger's in the cereal.
That's it, fam.
The kids, man, the kids, they look at you with those big, little, beautiful eyes and they're like, "Daddy, can I have this?" And I'm just like, "Oh, man, yeah, here you go." Because like I told you in the last episode, we had everything we needed, but I didn't get what I wanted. So it's kind of weird because as I've gotten older, I spoil him because I'm giving him what I think he wants. But as he gets older, that's not happening. That's going to get shut down, like North Korea style, like we're shutting it down. Right. But the thing is, the kids are the greatest salesmen. They'll ask you for things, ask you until they get it, right? And as you get older into an adult, you learn no. You learn don't do that, don't eat that, don't look over there, don't go outside, don't go over there. So you learn to kind of lose that natural salesman or salesperson attributes that you naturally have, right? So as you get on into life, always remember that you do deserve what you want, but it's just, can you manage getting those things and being persistent and going through those no's?
Yes.
Right?
100%. Yeah, you have to learn how to navigate the no's, man.
How to wiggle.
And you know, I know we're talking, we're kind of shifted a little bit here from honesty to sales and communication. And so I want to touch on that part again as well. It's like, we feel like as you said before, people like to buy, they don't like to be sold.
Yes.
People like to buy means you have to understand what their needs are.
Yes.
Right? Understanding what their needs are. If you understand what their needs are, you can find a better way to be able to accomplish those needs or see if what you're selling is available or can establish those needs.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So as you said, like, you know, your son wants the Red Ranger, right? He wants, we want a Black Ranger, man. That guy's the one. That's the one that's me, right? Black Ranger.
There you go.
Right? We all did the 2-foot spin, right?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you know, understand. Okay, so what is it that you're looking for? You're looking for an action figure. Why? I want to learn how to dance. I saw this thing on the television, right? The better we understand the prospect on the other side.
Yes.
Whether that's be our partner, whether that's be somebody we're selling, you know, kids' toys to, or we're selling a car or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The better we understand our prospect, then we can offer a solution to the problem.
Yes.
Which also means it allows us to, once again, remove the whole verbal diarrhea.
Yes.
Because I'm only speaking to the things that you need.
Only. And the thing is, you're only speaking back to the salesperson about the things that you need and can afford.
Right.
So together, you're doing a dance on getting you what you need and want.
No doubt.
And then just becomes can I afford this? And you work out the different payment plans or however that works, right? Absolutely. And the foundation of that is coming from honesty on both sides, integrity on both sides.
Yep.
And morally and ethically, can it work? And then, like what Leighton was saying, if the person is honest, who needs the product or service, the person who's providing that product or service is honest, both parties win. And I really think good sales is everybody leaves winning.
100%, man. Gotta be a win-win. So it's slam dunk for both people.
Correct.
Yeah, you establish integrity, you establish repeat customers.